Salutations, dear viewers, ladies. That's who this is aimed at. Viewers of the female persuasion, as being a male or female is a matter of opinion these days, so we're told. Right, this is George from Ireland, and the subject of this video is how women can make themselves a good dating profile. I'm talking about straight women. Well, that's most of you, because I don't know, I don't look at lesbian women's dating profiles, and I'm not sure quite what would attract other gay women. Anyway, I'm not saying that I'm on the market, I'm spoken for, but this is just as a man who's done some online dating and has got some opinions on it. Well, perhaps there should no generic answers, because what sort of man are you looking for? You should establish that first in your mind, so it shouldn't be something too non-specific. I know a few women certainly just want to leap on just about any man because they are staring down the long barrel of involuntary celibacy. And I know there's some men who are the same, who will just jump on the first woman they see. That's not normally for emotional reasons, but ideally going to be a bit more selective and have a suitable sort of man. And then you need to put your dating profile that way. You're selling yourself. Hope it doesn't come across as too rude, as the men are too. I don't want that to be demeaning. This is about marketing, and therefore it's going to be very carefully targeted. So perhaps no right or wrong answers. And therefore your dating profile will be suitable for the sort of male you are seeking to find. So it should be blindingly obvious. Put a photo of yourself. You'd be surprised that some women don't do this, which is blatant. And you should be looking your best. I thought that would go without saying, though there are some caveats on that one. So you wearing something elegant, maybe outside on a sunny day, maybe in a smart restaurant, something like that. And softly smiling, don't overdo it, not a rictus grin not like Laura Bush. You're smiling like a Cheshire cat, a smile so fixed and fake that she could disappear and the smile would still say hovering there in the air. But some women are looking grumpy or gloomy or pouting like a model, like, what sort of man finds that alluring? I think a few do, but supermodels are often looking sulky because they're not allowed to eat. Well, I'd have a bitch face too if I wasn't permitted to eat. So don't have a tree there, don't have a building, don't have an animal, have you. And not a cartoon, have an actual photo. Because we want to see the real you, not some image which might be accurate, which might be not an avatar. So wearing good clothes, as I said, looking happy, something that men would find appealing. Now, as for the glamour, I just think don't overdo it. Yes, you want to be looking good, but not too sexy. Well, depends. There's some men who would go for that. But if you're showing an acre of cleavage and wearing this barely there miniskirt, boys might get the wrong idea, think that you really just want the physical thing, you're not very emotional. You've got a lot of likes, probably not a lot of respect. I mean, a lot of males would find that attractive for one night, but not for the long term. Now, not too demure either. You don't have to be Mother Superior in the convent. But to some extent, what you wear is going to express your personality. Are you more audacious? Are you more reserved? So again, there's not an exact right and wrong. It's got to be something to do with you. Something that's flattering. I'm sure you can find a colour scheme and a hairstyle that works for you, and makeup which is not overly dramatic. Maybe not none. I don't know. Maybe you never wear makeup. Maybe that's more honest advertising. Yeah, so it depends what you want. Not something that's too tight around your midsection if that's not a strong point for you. Showing off what's best about you. Black is slimming. You probably know that. Maybe a little bit of jewelry. Now, a picture tells 1,000 words, so it's important. Now, sometimes I see photos of ladies and I'm really blown away by them. And they are very aesthetically pleasing, but it seems more like a work of art. So she's wearing a cocktail dress, lounging around on a chaise longue, wearing her stiletto heels, kicking them up in the air, with a glass of champagne in one hand, and then, what would I say with this hand? Gesticulating with the other, and she's just a picture of decadence. But it seems to me that this is just too posed, and I don't want someone who's a complete poser or someone who's too much of a princess. I thought it would be high maintenance, demanding, presumptuous, and expect a boyfriend to pay for everything. So princess syndrome is off-putting to certain boys. I can speak for myself and those of a like mind. Of course, some men will find that irresistible. So say something about your likes, hobbies, goals, ambitions. what you've achieved so far. If you have children, you should say that. Do you definitely want children? Do you definitely not? You're not sure? I think that's worth saying. I mean, if you're a very young woman in your early 20s, maybe not that relevant because that's not something people are thinking about in the next few years in most cases. But later on it is. If you're divorced or blah, blah, blah. Don't say dislike so much unless there's an absolute hang up. No smokers have got no chance of the. Sorry, smokers or something have got no chance of something like that. Or someone who must share your religious belief. So that's a dislike, that's an exclusion criterion, and so on. Other things, the word love, is that what you're looking for? It's depressingly uncommon in these dating profiles. So, yeah, about you, about what sort of male you would like to meet, his age range and his hobbies and likes. Is money important to you? Now, I find that off-putting, but if that's vital, then it's worth saying, things like that. So just a little bit of information. Take care with your spelling and grammar. You just come across as clever. You are cleverer. Shows you put some time in. Now, a woman has got nothing to say for herself, even if she's got some drop-dead gorgeous photo. If she has nothing to say, well, I found that off-putting. How bland. Is she a complete dullard? Is she an elective mute? So there we are. That's my take on how women can have a more effective dating profile. Maybe a few photos, sometimes it gives you a chance of those, but obviously take greatest care with your first one. You in different contexts, you playing sports, you at the beach, you in a family gathering, you at work, things like that. Maybe not all the same sort of one. You when you dyed your hair differently, things like that. And that's how you can give the best possible impression of yourself and attract the sort of man that you deserve.